Okay. Is it recording? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. We're on page 7 in the grammar book. We're talking about articles, article adjectives. And we're going to write AR above those articles in this book from now on. And look at that example sentence. It's right here at the bottom of that part of the page. Does anybody feel like reading that sentence right there? Hallie, go ahead and read that. Good. And notice the ARs. Those are on top of the articles. There's one on top of the, there's one on top of a, and there's one on top of an. And those, that's how you mark it in this book. Easy peasy cheesy. That's it. Do you have any questions about this page at all? Do you have any questions? Well, let's try it. So go ahead and turn the page, and we're going to go to page 9. I do have copies of page 9. So, oh, just kidding. Let me make a couple. Who does not have their book? Just you? Okay, let me make a copy really quick. I brought my printer today just for that reason, for anybody that needed. Oh, cool. Print it really quick and then you can use that. On page 9, though, on yours, does anybody feel like reading that sentence on that page? Brady, go for it.
They decide to take turns guarding the cat.
Good. And the vocabulary word is guarding. You see that word in dark, bold? What does guarding mean? Does anybody know? Haley know? Or Hallie? Sorry, Hallie. I'm going to try not to say Haley.
Protecting.
Protecting. Yes, protecting. So like if you have a guard dog, the guard dog is going to protect your house or your property, right? So go ahead and put a check mark by vocabulary at the top there because you know that word. Put a check mark right here at the top. Okay, Camden and Jace, we're on page 9. Put a check by the vocabulary word or the word vocabulary there. Now we're going to move over to market. Notice the nouns are still there and we've added the article now. So the first thing is the article, AR. Do you remember what those 3 articles are? Can you say them? Go ahead and just say it. A and the, is that what you guys were going to say too? A and the. Do you see one of those words in there? Which one is it? You can just say it, the, good. So on top of the, I want you to put AR. On top of the, put AR. And then you can put a check mark by article because you found it. That was it. Now look at the nouns. There's 2 nouns in here. Who can tell me what the nouns are in this sentence? Yes, Rylan. Camp is one. What's the other one? Delilah?
Turns.
It's actually turns. Is that what you were going to say too, Hallie? Because that was a tricky one. Good job, Delilah. Because turns sometimes can sound like a verb. Like if I turn around, the teacher turns, right? It's an action. Whoa. It's a verb. You're close. It's a verb. So an action is a verb. But in this sentence, it says to take turns. And take becomes the verb there. So turns is actually the thing. Okay, so that's why on top of turns, I want you to put an N. Did you guys get that? Good. And then put a check mark by nouns. Did you have a question mark? I mean, a question mark. Did you have a question, Camden? Okay. So we have, next we have fix it, 1 capital. Where does the capital letter need to go? Zuli.
At the beginning of the sentence.
At the beginning of the sentence. So you see where it says they? Underneath the T and they, I want you to do 3 little lines underneath that. And that will tell you to capitalize that. And then put a check mark by capital up here. And then the last thing is the end mark. Anybody want to say what the end mark is? Yes.
Period.
A period. That's easy. Just put it in there. Okay, so and then a check mark by end mark up here. So you did your whole list. And I'm going to have you rewrite this later, so we don't have to take up class time for that. So you can rewrite it at the bottom later. But does anybody have any questions about this page at all? Good. Okay, no questions. Good. That's it. That was easy. Grammar is starting out super easy for you guys. So go ahead and close up your grammar books.
I Y1LA I already finished, I already started doing it.
That's fine. That's good. One less thing to do later. But I do need you to finish, oh, you're close, huh? Okay, there you go. Go ahead and put these away. You need your binders out next. Put it away, yeah.
Which binder?
Your binder, your writing binder, this one. Good. You can put your grammar back in your backpack or on the floor. I know there's a lot of stuff you guys are carrying around. This is good. And in the front pocket here is where you should have, and I'll help you find yours, where you should have your homework that you were working on this week. And you need to get out the dog in the shadow, all the pages we took out for week 1. These are the pages that are from the binder. And yours is gonna be behind that source text tab right here. And yeah, you already started working on it. So this one, go ahead and take out all of the ones that say week 1 on them. Yep, that one and that one. And that one. And then you need your keyword outline out too. You can take that one out too. So that was week 2. You're gonna leave that one. There you go. Good. And your keyword outline. And let's start by, you're gonna have these side by side. That's exactly what I want right there, Levi. Put the original story, and you can push your stuff to the front of the table if it's in the way, just kind of push it out of the way there. Yeah, there you go. You need this and your keyword outline, which is this, side by side in front of you, okay? Put them side by side, just like that. Uh-oh.
Oh, we just need the last page and doesn't check.
Week 1 should be in your front pocket. Is it in your front pocket? All of this and your keyword outline, they should be in front of you right now. You might have to start over, Holly, on your keyword outline if you don't have it. Try to keep it together. What if it's mixed in those papers there? Okay, well, you can copy down what I have here on the board. Everybody should have this already on their keyword outline. Give me a thumbs up if yours looks like mine. Good. This was from last week. So Jace, you also need this out. If you can find that in it should be in the front pocket of your binder. Oops, I'm holding this. Okay, you got it. Good. So we read this story. Who can tell me in your own words, just what was the story about? Do you remember the dog in the shadow? What was it about, Zooey?
It was mostly about a dog that was very selfish about bone. And when it saw its reflection, it thought it was another dog and let go of its bone.
Okay, good. And who can tell me what is the lesson we learned from this story? Yes.
Don't be greedy.
Don't be greedy. If you have something and somebody else has something else or the same thing, just be happy for what you have, right? Okay. So we left off, what we did was underline those keywords in each sentence. The keywords are the most important words, and then we decided to circle the best of the keywords, right? And then we decided to make a list. So in sentence 1, you have circled and you wrote bone carrying home. Those are the best of the keywords. And then number 2, these are the best of the keywords, bridge, calm, stream. And then number 3, own, reflection, water, and we drew an arrow down. Just a quick reminder of the rules. You can only have 3 words, no more than that on your outline. But these are the things you can have for free, meaning you don't have to count these things. You have numbers, symbols, and abbreviations. Abbreviations, can somebody give me an example of an abbreviation? Yes, Camden.
Making a word shorter than it is.
Yeah, making a word shorter than it is. So like for the word Monday, how could we shorten that word? Mun, M-O-N, with a dot, right? That's abbreviation. So we can do that sometimes, and then we don't have to count it. Symbols are little pictures, like here we have a happy face for enjoy. Remember, he was happy about it, and he was going to go home to enjoy it. And then numbers, you know what those are. All right, so we left off on the sentence that starts with the word thinking. Find the word thinking. It's about in the middle of your paragraph. Put your finger on the word thinking. And then who would like to read that sentence for me? Okay, Rylan. Good. So start with, what are the key words in that sentence? What are some words we can underline there? You guys can just say it if you see one. What's a key word in that sentence? I think thinking. I'm going to underline. What was the other one? Another is a key word.
Wanted?
Wanted is a key word. I would say dog is a key word. Anything else? Have. And I think another bone, even though we already underlined the word another. So I have, there's a bunch. So this is what I have. Thinking, another dog, another bone, wanted, have. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many words can we have?
3.
So what are the best of the best of those key words? I have an idea for the word dog though. On top of that word dog, I want you to put a capital D and then circle it like that. If you guys can see that, okay? A capital D and circle it, because that can now be a symbol and that's free. So we got a symbol there. We don't have to count that one. So how are we going to remember this sentence? There's a lot to it. How are we going to remember this sentence? Anybody have any ideas on what the best keywords are in that sentence? What do you think, Zuli?
Thinking.
Thinking? Yeah. I think when he looks in the reflection, we can kind of assume that he's thinking.
Yeah.
But another dog is really important to remember in that sentence, right? Because that's what he's thinking. So we could put, I think we should write that. I think we should write another. You could do, okay, hold on. You could do a little like thinking, you know how in cartoons they do a little cloud for a thinking bubble?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen those before? We could do that. We could do like little, and then a little cloud, like a thinking cloud. And then write the word another. And then I like that D with a circle. So we've got thinking, another D for dog. Then what? Have. Maybe. Might be a better one than that. Let's circle another here because we did use that. That's the only word we used. What's the main part of the story? Yeah, the bone. I'm thinking we gotta have that word bone. So circle bone on your passage here too. And then we've got wanted and have. Which one should we pick? Wanted or have to help us remember? I'm thinking wanted, yeah. So then let's put comma and wanted. Because we know if he wanted it, that he obviously wants to have it, okay? So we got thinking cloud, another, D for dog, bone, wanted. And we followed the rules because we only have another and bone and wanted as our keywords. Yes.
We could just draw a picture of bone.
You could, but we can use the word too because we can have 3. So we might as well use one of those words too. We don't want to get too crazy with the symbols. And sometimes students like to draw all the symbols for the entire sentence, and we're going to try not to do that, okay? So the next sentence starts with the word so. Can someone read that sentence that starts with so? Go ahead, Brady.
So he growled and slapped at the other dog in the water. As he opened his mouth, the bone fell out.
Good. Okay, what are some keywords? Go ahead and just say them. We'll start with that.
Fell.
Growled.
Snap.
Snapped. What else?
Fell.
Fell.
Dropped.
Drop. Oh wait, no, not drop. That's in the next sentence. Yeah, that's okay. So growled, snapped, fell. Anything else? Water.
Open.
Opened. Yes, mouth. Lots of keywords here. I think bone too. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that how many you guys have? So we gotta pick the best of the 7, but I have an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have growled, snapped, water, opened, mouth, bone, fell. Is that what you guys have? Okay. So growled, we could go like this. Grrr. Grr. Give me your best growl. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. You gotta like get deep in your throat, right?
I mean, I remember my
Especially
arms.
dogs, they have a deep voice, huh? A lot of them do. Ooh, that's more of a bark.
I do not know how to grow. I only know my arms.
Oh,
I can only.
oh yeah, well, that's good. So that gives us kind of a symbol for the word growled, so we don't have to count that one. All right, so we got growled. So what else did he do? Do you know what that means? Snapped for a dog? They click their teeth together. I don't want to do it because sometimes it hurts. Click your teeth together. That's what they do. And I think that would be important to put here. So I'm going to put snapped. For us, this would be like snapped, right? For a dog, it would be their teeth clicking together. Yeah. And then, so circle snapped. Got that word. Okay, now we know there's water because he's looking into a stream, right? So I don't think we need water.
Open?
Yeah, I think opened is important because that's why the bone fell, right? So opened. Let's put that one. Circle opened. And we can assume it's his mouth that he opened because that's how dogs carry things, right? They don't have hands like we do. So it fell. We got bone and fell left. Which one's most important to remember? Fell. I think fell. Because we talked about bone already in that sentence before. So let's put fell and you can circle fell.
And the bone is the one that's.
We already started talking about it, so we know that's in the story. So that's how you narrow it down to the best of the keywords. You kind of look at what you've already said and then try to figure out, are there any symbols we can use and kind of narrow it down like that. Okay. Yes. Did you have a question? Or do you want to say something?
Could we like put a mouse like he opens his mouth?
You could. You could put a little mouth if you needed, if that would help you remember. Because what we're going to do with this is put away the original and you're only going to look at this and try to retell the story. And so if that helps you remember the story, you can draw a little mouth in there. The last sentence, who wants to read that one? Anybody want to read the very last sentence? Okay, Rylan.
They dropped it into the stream and it's gone forever.
Okay, tell me what are the keywords here?
Forever.
Dropped.
Gone.
Forever, I heard forever. Gone. What else?
Stream.
Stream, even though we know it's there, we're still going to underline it because it is a keyword.
Into?
Maybe into. You can kind of assume that if it's dropped, you know. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are the best of the 3? What do you guys think we should put as the best of the 3?
Forever.
What do you think, Delilah?
Drop stream stream gone forever.
Stream gone forever? Because we use the word fell, so maybe we can remember that it dropped. You guys like that? Stream fell forever? Or I mean, stream gone forever. All right, let's put that. Stream gone and forever. So, and go ahead and circle those too. Forever. Eventually, because we're going to be doing a lot of these keyword outlines as we go, yours might all be different. Because it's not like a test where there's only one right answer. You could say dropped, gone forever. You could do it that way too. So just so you know, it's not like this is the only way to do it. We're doing it the same this time because it's the first story we're doing together. But you'll see yours, you'll end up different. Everybody's will be different, but as long as you can retell the story, that's the main thing. Did you guys remember to circle stream, gone, and forever? Good. Now, this is what we're finally gonna do with this. You're gonna turn this dog in the shadow story upside down, so you can't see it. And then you're gonna put your keyword outline in front of you on top of that. And now we're gonna practice retelling the story, not writing it yet. We're just gonna retell it, but only using the keyword outline. So looking at number 1, I see Bone carrying home and a happy face. And I'm gonna think in my head of a complete sentence. I'm gonna have to add some words there. And to say a complete sentence, so it can sound something like this. By the way, I know this is about a dog because it's in the title. So I want to make sure to start the story talking about the character, which is the dog. So I'm going to say something like this. One day there was a dog carrying a bone home to enjoy. I mixed them up a little bit, that's okay. But I have to make sure I use bone, carrying, and home in my sentence. And I remembered dog. So that would be a good way to start the sentence. One day there was a dog carrying a bone home to enjoy. You can add words like found or dug up a bone. You can add those types of words. Does anybody want to try just looking at number 1? Can you think of a sentence using those words?
One day, a dog found a bone and was carrying it home to enjoy.
Perfect. That was a good one. Anybody else have any other ideas? Using bone, carrying, and home and enjoy for our symbol. Anybody else want to try it? Rylan.
Once there was a dog carrying a bone to enjoy
For lunch. There you go. But I liked how you started it with once. That was different. All 3 of us had different sentences, but we all said pretty much the same thing, which was the main point of the sentence. Let's try number 2. I'll start. You guys think of a sentence with this one too. It says bridge, calm, and stream. So I have to think for a minute. I'm gonna look and think inside my head. Okay, I got a sentence. He walked across a bridge that was over a calm stream. Got one?
He was going walk up the bridge.
With maybe you might need underneath, right? The calm. There you go. Good. I like it. That was good. Yes, you have one? Bailey.
We saw a bridge with a calm stream.
There you go. That's a good one. Camden, did you have one too? What was yours?
The calm dog walked over on a bridge. Walked on a bridge over the stream.
Okay, that would work. I think we kind of need this connected to the stream only because remember how we talked about if the water's calm, it's really still, then you can really see yourself in it. But I liked where you were going with that. Keep thinking, you're doing good. Rylan, did you think of another one?
To get the bone home, he had to walk over a bridge that was over.
I like it. That's another good one. Anybody else? You guys are getting it. Okay. Oh, you got one more. Okay, go ahead, Brady.
So, we encountered a bridge with a calm stream underneath.
Nice. Another way to say it. Very good. Okay. Let's look at number 3. We're gonna keep going. So number 3 says own, reflection, water, and then we drew down. You need to keep your, I know you got those nice nails on, so try not to tap. Then we put a down arrow maybe for beneath, I think, or down, and looking down. Oh, you guys already have some ideas. What do you think, Zuli?
He saw his own reflection in the water down and under the bridge.
Nice. I like it. Yes.
On his way across it, he saw his own reflection under the bridge in the water.
Nice. Good. Rylan.
Since the water was still calm, he saw his reflection.
Very good. Excellent. Anybody else want to try that one? You did that one without me. That was really good. Okay, if I haven't heard from you yet, try to pick one of these to try, okay? Because I want to see if everybody can try one. Let's look at number 4. We've got a thinking bubble. Another, and that was for dog. Bone, wanted. So think for a second. I see your hands, keep them up. Think for a second of a sentence. Hallie.
The dog, he saw another, dog.
Good, I like it, that's good, yes.
Thinking that he saw another dog with another dog he wanted that bone also.
Good, nice, okay, yes.
He
Bailey.
saw his reflection in the water and he wanted to go in the water.
Good, I like it, or thinking. We need that word thinking in there too, right? Okay, good, you got one, Camden?
He was thinking about the other dog, and he wanted his bone.
Good, how about Jace, did you think of one? We've got thinking, look at these words, okay, you gotta try this. Thinking and another dog bone, think about the story, remember that part?
The dog he saw another dog with a
There you go, you got it, Rylan.
When he saw his reflection, he was thinking it was another dog with another bone. And the dog wanted that one.
Good, I like it, that was a good one. Can you think of one, Ava?
Thinking it was another dog with bone, he wanted it as well.
Perfect, as well, that's a good way to say it, nice. Delilah, how about you think of one? Or this one, number 4.
It was another dog. He another bone. He wanted the bone.
Good, that's good, you guys are getting it. Okay, let's move on to 5. We have grrr, that stands for growl. Snapped, opened, fell. Zuli.
And he snapped and growled at the other dog as he was doing it. He opened his mouth and the bone fell.
Good,
He was growling and snapping at the dog, and as doing so, he opens his mouth and the bone fell into the water.
good, Rylan.
Since he wanted the bone that the other dog had, he growled and snapped, and as that was happening, he opened his mouth and it fell into the water.
Good, yes, Bailey.
He growled and snapped the bone as he opened his mouth.
Good, Camden.
The dog growled and snapped, and opened his mouth and the bone fell.
Good, Brady.
As he was snapping and growling at the other dog, he accidentally opened his mouth and the bone fell.
Nice, okay, and notice he used snapping and growling, that's okay. Because that's still part of the same word, even though this is past tense, snapped, you said snapping, that's okay, you can do that. And then how about, look at the last one, Delilah. Stream gone forever, how can we do that one?
Then the bone fell into the stream and was gone forever.
Nice, very good. Ava, do you have one for the last one?
The bone fell into the stream and was gone forever.
Nice, okay, I'm gonna stop, oh, Jace got one. Yeah, do one more, and you're the last one. Stream gone forever. We're gonna do something else with it, so don't worry.
The bone fell into the stream and went down the
No, you're good.
the bone fell into the stream and was gone forever.
Perfect, good job. So here's what we're gonna do. I want you to hold this in your hands, okay? And this time, we're gonna take turns, not everybody, because we don't have time for everybody, but I wanna show you what this is gonna look like. Because this is part of your homework. You're gonna retell the whole story to your mom or your dad or grandma or uncle, whoever does your homeschooling at home. Find an adult at home and you're gonna retell the whole story to them. So it's gonna go like this. I gotta hold it. I'm not gonna hold it like this because that's no fun listening to somebody like that, right? You wanna see their face. So when you go to practice this with your parent or your grandparent, you're gonna look down at number 1 and I see bone carrying home. You're gonna think and then look at the adults you're talking to, look at them. And you're gonna say, one day there was a dog who was carrying their bone home to enjoy it. Now I'm gonna look down at number 2, bridge, calm, stream. I'm gonna think. And then I have to look up away from the paper. He went across a bridge that was over a calm stream. And then I'm gonna look down. Reflection, water, down. Think of a sentence. When he looked down, he saw his own reflection. And then look, see how I'm doing that, telling the whole story, not just one line, but I'm telling the whole story. So, does anybody feel like trying that? Try to tell the whole story. You want to try it? Okay, so you're gonna look down and think, and then look up at me to say the sentence, and then you go on to the next one.
One day there was a dog carrying a bone home to enjoy.
Good.
On his way, he encountered a bridge with a calm stream beneath it.
Good.
On his way over the bridge, he looked down and saw his own reflection beneath him.
Good.
Thinking it was another dog with another bone, he wanted that one too.
Okay, I saw you check. That's okay. Try to keep your eyes on me. Yeah.
Remember that. He growled and snapped, and in doing so, he opened his mouth and the bone fell out.
Good.
It fell into the stream and was gone forever.
Nice. Give me 5. A clap for him. That was really good. So that, and notice, I know in the back you probably couldn't see his face, but he was looking at me away from the paper when he said the sentence. So those are the 3 things you do. You look, you read it, think of a sentence, and then look up and say it. You want to try it, Rylan? Okay. Let's look at Rylan so we can see how she does it. You look down and think of a sentence, and then look up at me and tell me the sentence.
One day there was a dog carrying his bone home to enjoy.
Nice.
The minute he got home, he had to go over the bridge back.
Nice. Love it.
As he was crossing, he looked down and saw the bone.
Good. You can check if you want to remember. Good. That's okay. You had to check that. That's okay. Nice. Let's clap for Rylan. And anybody else want to try the whole story? That's how you do it. It's okay if you don't want to try yet. Eventually you guys will get comfortable with this, and then you'll be able to do it in class. It's okay. I'm not going to push you too hard, but I appreciate you guys trying. So on your paper under the 6, I want you to skip a couple lines, like just count down 2. And then I want you to put an X and a line like that on your paper. And then under that line, I want you to put parent signature. And you might be thinking, what? You know what a signature is, right? When they sign their name. So here's your homework. You're going to do your grammar like you did last week. And you're going to tell the whole story to your parent or a grandparent or uncle or aunt or whoever's doing your, I could put grandparent here because I know some of you have grandparents that are doing your school. If you have a grandparent that's doing your schooling, you could put grandparent. If you have a parent doing your schooling, you could put parent. And I want you to do exactly what we practiced here. So Levi and Rylan did it where they look down, think, look up, and say the sentence. That's part of your homework. And then after you do that, the whole story, then the person doing your homeschooling at home can sign it. And that tells me that you did it. Does that make sense? So you're going to practice retelling the whole thing to them. Thumbs up if you're good. You understand what to do for homework. Anybody have any questions about your homework? So what we're going to do next is move on to the next story. Yes.
What page is for grammar?
The pages are the next 3 pages. Good question. So it would be, where are my notes? Oh, here they are. 10, 11, and 12. page 10, 11, and 12. And I always put the homework on Google Classroom. If you forget what it is, you can go to Google and see what the homework assignment is. Okay, does that make sense? So the other story we have is called The Giant Saguaro, this one. So this should be in your stack of stuff that you took out from your binder already in front of you. It should already be in front of you. The giant saguaro, there you go, you have it, good, you have it. Giant, well, it looks like saguaro with a G, but it's actually a Spanish word, so it's pronounced saguaro. Yeah. And what I want you to do is turn your keyword outline for the dog in the shadow over to the back side. And we're gonna do another keyword outline here with this one. The giant, yeah, it looks like a cactus, yep. It looks like it's got a cactus on it. Okay, hold on, wait. Oh, this was your, I go around. Do you have your other binder with you?
That I kind of.
The one that this came with? Okay, so maybe we'll go. Yeah. I see what you did. Yeah, and you don't have to put this away yet, because we're gonna use that, well, you used a pen, so maybe you need a new technology word. I see what you're doing. And then you also need the giant saguaro. So before you leave though, I need to organize some of this stuff. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I wasn't here. I was there.
Okay, that's what you need for right now, so, and then you need your pencil too.
Really late. Time to go.
No, not yet. Leave that there. I can help you with that one before you leave, okay? On the back of your paper, go ahead and at the very top, put, what is it called? Giant saguaro, and it tells us how to pronounce that, so that helps. Even though it looks like should be a G sound, in Spanish, that's like a W sound. Saguaro.
Wow.
Weird, huh? And then we're gonna write KWO. Do you guys know what that stands for? Keyword outline. KWO is keyword outline. And for this one, we're gonna number 1 through 9. A little bit longer than the other one. That's gonna be along that pink line on your paper there. Oh, did you find it, Jace? Oh, you did. Okay, good. Don't forget to close up your rings then. Close your rings before you close it. Oh. Yeah, it's best to lay it on the table when you open it, because sometimes stuff pops out. Okay, so make sure you. So let me. Oh yeah, this goes on top. Wait. It goes here. Yeah, so let me help you just organize this super quick here, because this goes. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, it's not too bad. I got you. We're gonna put that there. We're gonna put these. Right here. The binder is good to learn how to organize, because you know, the more you go into school, especially getting into high school, you'll need a binder. Keep all your stuff in. This part goes here. There we go. Now you got it. So this part I'm going to stick right here and this part here. Sorry, Cameron. All right, there you go. You're all set now. Giant saguaro. Okay, I'm going to read this. And then we're going to talk about some keywords. I'll just read it through first. The giant saguaro, and then look how it says saguaro. That tells you how to spell or how to say it. Cactus, can grow over 60 feet tall. That's taller than this house. That's like,
Sounds more epic.
that's like 6 of these houses stacked on top of each other. That would be tall. I didn't realize they were that big. Wow, okay. It is found in the Sonoran Desert in Mexico and Arizona. Its branches are called arms and are covered with spines. When it rains in winter, the saguaro blooms. Birds build nests in the saguaros. Bats eat saguaro flower nectar and fruit. You can see an army of saguaro cacti. And by the way, cacti is more than one cactus. Instead of cactuses, they call it cacti. In Saguaro National Park, saguaros grow very slowly, taking 150 to 200 years to reach full height. This giant cactus is a symbol of the American West. Have you ever seen a cactus like up close before? Have you ever tried to touch one?
Yes.
Yeah, I have to-
Does it hurt?
No.
I've touched a baby
I
one
just
before.
had it.
If you just touched it, you touched a baby one, is that what you said? Holly?
I've been to
So you've seen these before? Big cactus? Whoa. Are they bigger than you?
my church. though.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's cool. I lost my marker. Did I leave it over there, Jace?
Yeah.
Not that one. It's just, it's a bigger one. Oh, it is over there. Yeah, thank you. Pass it. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, sentence number 1. What can we underline? Go ahead and say the key words in that sentence. Go ahead, just say them. Probably giant and saguaro, right? Go ahead and underline that.
Giant.
Cactus, what else?
Grow.
Grow,
60.
60 feet tall. Giant, so I have giant saguaro, cactus, grow 60 feet tall. All right, we don't have to really include giant saguaro because that's the name of our article, right? This is telling us about the giant. So we're gonna skip those, but I think I do need the word cactus. That tells us a little bit more about what it is. So circle cactus and let's write cactus here.
Or you could drop.
Or you could draw one, but I'm thinking that word 60, you could use a number for free. Boom, right? 60, right? We got 60. And then we have room to put feet and tall.
You can draw a foot.
We could feet and tall. So we got our 3 words, cactus, feet, tall, but we have 60. They can grow that tall, right? If you want to change it, that's okay with me. Like I said earlier, yours is all going to be different. Don't do too many symbols though, because don't do all pictures, okay? Zilly, she's already thinking. You can do a couple, but no more than 2. Yeah. Use words too. Next sentence, it is found in the Sonoran Desert in Mexico and Arizona. What can we underline? Found, Arizona, Mexico, Sonoran Desert. Yeah, that's okay. It happens. Try not to shake it, but found, so this is what I have. Found Sonoran Desert, Mexico, Arizona. I think found is important. Let's circle found. Found here. Sonoran Desert, Mexico, and Arizona. What if we did, by the way, Sonoran Desert is 2 words, but they're both part of a name. So we get to count that as 1. Did you have an idea, Chase? Okay, so let's put Sonoran Desert. Desert. And then, do you guys know how to abbreviate Mexico or Arizona? On a map, have you learned how to do that yet? Mex, we could put Mex, we could put MEX, or we could put a capital M and a capital X. Either way, I'm gonna put MEX. That's a good one with a dot. And then, so we have one, and this is counting as one word. We have room for Arizona, so I'm gonna squeeze it in here. So we've got found, Sonoran Desert, Mex, and Arizona. So on your paper, you should have found, Sonoran Desert, and Arizona. Those are the words we picked, right? Those are the keywords. The best of the keywords. Its branches are called arms and are covered with spines. What do you think? Spines, arms, called. Branches, probably too. Covered, yep. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. So I have branches, called, arms, covered, and spines. You guys have that? Did you underline that? Okay. What is the best? Covered. Are, if we just put arms, covered, and spines, can you remember what that was for? If we just put arms, covered, and spines? What if we did branches? I think I need to put branches and then we put equals arms. How about that? They're called arms. The branches are called arms. If we use an equal sign, that'll help us remember, right? And then I do think we need that word spines. That's the pokey part. That's the pokey part. You don't want to fall into one of these. You go to Mexico or Arizona, don't fall down near a cactus, okay? So I'm gonna circle branches, arms, and spines. Okay, so this is the second part of your homework. The first part, well, I should say the third part. Okay, so the very first part is your grammar. You know that, right? 10, 11, 12. The second part is the dog in the shadow, telling it to your parent, right? You're gonna tell it to them, and then they're gonna sign it. Remember that? The third part is finishing the keyword outline. I don't forget these rules though, okay? These are super important. You can only put 3 words. These are free, but you can only write 3 words. So there's 3 parts to your homework: grammar, telling the dog in the shadow, and finishing this outline by yourself. Each sentence, you're going to pick those keywords for each sentence. Thumbs up if you understand what your homework assignment is. Good. Anybody have any okay, so hang in there. Anybody in the back? How about you, Jace? Do you know what the homework assignment is? You're good, Camden? Not yet? Okay. So let me explain it one more time. The first part of your homework is your grammar, okay? Camden and Zuli, you got that down, right? Pages 10, 11, and 12. By the way, it's on Google Classroom. I'm going to type it all out for you so you know what to do. So if you forget, check Google Classroom, okay? The second part of your homework is what? Who can tell us what the second part of the homework is? Rylan. You're going to retell this story, okay, Zuli and Camden? Mine's not done. Yours is done. This is this shadow, dog in the shadow. Okay. Retell it to them. Look, think, look up, say the sentence. Look down, think, look up, say the sentence. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did it get in your backpack? And then the third part, what's the third part? Yes, Brady.
Finish out the keyword outline for the giant saguaro.
Finish the keyword outline for the giant saguaro. Does that make sense, Camden? Your sister can help you too, or your mom or dad or whoever can call me and I can help explain it. Did you find it, Zuli?
Yeah, I forgot, so we have to.
On the back.
I forgot.
All right. Now, all of this, hold on before you leave. Relax. This goes in the front pocket. I see a lot of you sticking it in there. Can I hold up yours so they can see that? The stuff you have for homework this week should go right here in the front pocket. That way it's super easy to find. Okay, you don't have to go searching for it. It's right there. Don't just stick it in your backpack. I hope you didn't do that, Jace. You put it in the pocket? Good. Front pocket. Keep it all tidy in there. Then when you go to sit down and do your homework, it's right there. All right, if you're all packed up and you see that your mom or your dad or somebody is here to pick you up, grandma, Nicole, whoever's here, you may be excused. Good job today, you guys. See you next week.